What's up guys, it's Pure here, and for today's video it's mainly for the commentary topic today. It's very rare that I actually dedicate a video to doing the commentary, but it's a story that I want to talk about today that I've had in my head for a while. It happened 3 years ago, what I'm about to talk about, and something that, like I said, I've had in my head for a while, but I've never actually put it into a commentary for the fact that I'm not a commentator. I'm more of a channel focusing on gameplays rather than the commentaries. But still, I'm pretty sure you'll enjoy it when you find out what it is, and you tell from the title anyway. And it happened 3 years ago. I stumbled in, basically, on two people doing their stuff in the public toilets in London. So I'll get into the story right away. So, it was 3 years ago, I was 13. I was out in London with my uncle at the IMAX cinema. If you're from the UK, you'll probably know the IMAX. It's the biggest cinema in the UK. It's Odeon, that's the company that owns it. And if you're from the US, then basically, yeah, there's a description of it. So it's the really big cinema in the UK, and it has the biggest screens, best quality screens, and there's only 2 screens. So it's literally, you have to sort of book in advance to get tickets there a lot of the time. So we're at this cinema, and we were watching Pacific Rim, me and my uncle, and it's a very good film, and it finished, and afterwards I thought, you know, I've had a lot of Coke, a lot of Pepsi, or whatever you call it, and popcorn. I had a lot of popcorn, to be fair, and I was kind of in the mood to have a crap. So I head off to the toilets. My uncle waits for me in the sort of main lobby, or the reception room, whatever you want to call it, and I head into the toilets. Bright lights in there, clean toilets, clean urinals, and it was empty except for these 2 cubicles. One was locked, one was open. And I was 13, we act all big, us teenagers back then, but when it comes to the toilets, we always cower into the cubicles, you know, we never go in the urinals when there's a choice to go in the cubicle. So as usual, I cower off into the cubicle because I'm a kid, and start to do my business because I needed a crap. So I was sitting on the toilet, and it was a struggle, cringy as that sounds, and I hear this sort of buckle in the next cubicle, and you know the buckle on a belt when it's metal, you sort of hear the little tingling of the little pin or whatever it is you put through the holes. You hear that sort of chinking on the metal. So yeah, I'm sitting there, I'm hearing that, and that's what I'm pretty much focused on because there's nothing else to do when you're doing your stuff in the toilet. So I'm just listening, and then suddenly I hear sort of the low tones of a female voice. It's a female voice in the male toilet. That gains my curiosity hugely. I suddenly went sort of eyes wide. You know, I was no longer in need of a crap. I was like, why is there a woman in the toilet next to me? So I listen in. I hold my crap, you know, I don't let it come out, I keep it in my arsehole, and I listen to see if I can hear any more talking. The next voice I heard was a male voice, and I'm like, what? Because I haven't gathered yet that there's 2 people in the next cubicle. I still think it's 1, but I'm hearing these 2 different voices. So back then, I struggled to put the pieces together of, you know, the simple answer, there are 2 people there. So I'm thinking, who is this person? Why are they talking to themselves? So that gained my curiosity enough that I actually looked under the cubicle, and I didn't shove my head under. I mean, I just sort of glimpsed under from a distance, and I can see 4 legs. 2 of them wearing white Nike trainers, the other 2 wearing boots. And what I found funny was the 2 wearing boots were raised off the ground as if the lady was sitting on the toilet seat about to, you know, get smashed. So I look under, and the trousers on the guys, oh dear, the trousers on the guy with the white Nikes just fall down, and then I hear the woman. They weren't talking after this. I don't get it. There was just sort of the sounds of shuffling clothes. If you know, sort of when you rub your trousers together, you just hear that sort of itchy kind of whirry sound sort of thing. I can't explain it, but you just rub your trousers together and you'll hear you know, that rubbing sound. So I'm hearing that. The boots are moving sort of slowly back and forwards on the lady, and yeah, she didn't have anything around her ankles. It was just boots. She must have been wearing like a top, or not top, like a mini skirt or whatever you call it. So she was moving slowly back and forwards on the toilet seat. There was these low sort of grunts and moans after that started happening, and I was sort of sitting there and I was working it all out. I was like, I think I know what's happening, but I can't quite believe what I'm seeing. So because I'm 13, because I'm nosy, I don't look away. I just keep looking. I keep watching, and these low moans like, "Ugh, ugh," and then keep going on. And throughout this, nobody actually comes in the bathroom. I'm so surprised that nobody came in, because it was right after the film had finished. I would have thought a few people would have come in, but nobody came in. They just literally had it to themselves, apart from me being in there. They must have known I was in there as well. So they must have really been going at it, or been really drunk to have been doing what they were doing. So after about 2 minutes of watching, I'm wondering what my uncle must be thinking. So I just keep watching. You know, I'm not really focused on my uncle at the moment, 'cause like I said, I'm 13. I'm intrigued at what's happening. So I keep watching, and then I just hear like, oh, and I'm presuming this was the man sort of climaxing and, you know, coming on her, and then she didn't make a sound. I don't know why, but I just hear the man like, ugh, and I sort of just backed away. I just backed away from the gap underneath the cubicle, and then I go out, I wash my hands, and just leave them to it. And I'm in the lobby afterwards with my uncle. I didn't dare tell him. What I found funny was that 2 minutes later, after we'd finished having our coffee, the two people came out the bathroom, and they got a few glances, because one was a man and nobody looked at him, but the woman came out with him, and people were looking at them with really strange expressions. You know, you could tell that they were like, what they were thinking. They were like, what are they doing in the toilet together? What was going on? And they didn't actually seem too drunk when they came out, so they must have, you know, had something, or I don't know, they must have just thought, screw it, let's do it here. So that's my little story for you guys. I hope you enjoyed it. I mean, I'm not a commentator. I can't really get my points across as effectively as somebody who's mainly a commentator, but still I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you found some parts of it funny. Leave a like if you enjoy, subscribe as well. I'll have 1 or 2 stories left to come, and I'll see you in my next video.